Now at 9, the bodies of 2 American missionaries killed in Haiti come back home. Plus, a group holds a pro-life meeting after Planned Parenthood announces it's coming to the area.
One small town in Kansas is fighting to keep its local grocery store open. I'm Samantha Walker, and coming up, I'll have more on the community's efforts to keep the lights on.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The bodies of 2 missionaries killed in Haiti come home to their final resting place. This is KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. I'm Anthony Saviello. A police escort brought the bodies of Natalie and Davy Lloyd to the Clark Funeral Home 1 week after they were killed by gang violence in Haiti. Natalie and Davy served as missionaries at an orphanage in the capital city of Port-au-Prince. Natalie is the daughter of Missouri State Representative Ben Baker, who serves the Neosho area. Visitation takes place Monday, June 3rd from 3 p.m. until 7 at the Bible Holiness Church in Neosho. The funeral will take place the next day starting at 10 a.m. also at the Bible Holiness Church. Chief Meteorologist Doug Hetty joins us with a first look at weather.
Well, it turned out to be a cooler day for us today with the clouds and the showers and a few thunderstorms. 73 was our high. We started at 63 during the morning hours. Average high is 82, so we were a good chunk below where we should be for this time of the year. Now, any scattered showers or thunderstorms that we have out there, they're going to die down tonight. So it looks pretty good. We drop back into the 60s, eventually overnight low 61 degrees, and then we rebound to 69 by 10 a.m. All right, Saturday looks pretty good. High temps near 80. However, thunderstorms, they're going to roll in late tomorrow night and into Sunday morning, and then we're going to have showers and thunderstorms early next week. Even a little bit of a severe threat, especially once we get into Monday and Tuesday. So, of course, we're going to break this all down for you and give you all the details here in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Doug. A group hosted a public pro-life meeting tonight in Pittsburgh. The meeting comes in response to the recent news that Planned Parenthood will soon have a clinic in Pittsburgh. The event, co-sponsored by the Catholic Diocese and V Clinic, took place at the SMC Fieldhouse. Event organizers say the goal of the event is to show there are alternatives to abortion. Bonnie Toombs, director of the Catholic Diocese of Wichita, spoke with us.
Visit with them about adoption. That is another option. We can talk to them about parenting. What we know is that when women who have had abortions were interviewed, 60% of them said if they had support while they were pregnant, they would have had that child. So what we're trying to do is build a net that supports these women.
There were volunteer and prayer cards given out at the meeting for further aid. The Cornell Complex in Joplin hosted Mercy Hospital's annual Stick It to Cancer event. The event included a live auction with items such as a Kansas City Chiefs suite and a diamond necklace. All funds raised go to Mercy Hospital's Cancer Center.
I really want the community to understand how important it is to engage in the local hospital communities and making sure that we are doing everything that we can to provide better services to the people of Southwest Missouri.
And KOAM's own Dow Quick was the master of ceremonies for today's event as well. We've all had that last-minute grocery run needing milk, flour, or even items for a whole dinner. But for some small towns, grocery stores can be limited and miles away. KOAM's Samantha Walker has more on one town's efforts to keep its local markets lights on.
People in Erie, Kansas like to think that they're a friendly community where people often wave and say hello. And in no place is this more true than the Erie Market.
It feels like home having a hometown store with customers coming in, talking to them.
The Erie Market is a city-owned grocery store being purchased by the City Council 3 years ago. The decision to purchase the store was controversial, and not everyone in the town supported the choice. But the mayor of Erie, elected 6 months ago, says it's time to focus on the market's future, not its past.
I want people to come out and take a tour of the store. Even though they've lived here all their lives, I want to show them how it's going to be from now on.
Since the store was taken over by the city, it's seen many struggles. Staff had to sort through all the products, finding expired items. And 1 month ago, an electrical storm forced the market to throw out all their cold items. But store staff say they are working to make meaningful changes to the market to make it a valuable resource to the community.
We have cleaned a lot. We do check the shelves every day to make sure there's no outdates on the shelves. And we're just friendly. I like to have a friendly place.
The mayor says revitalizing the Erie market has been a community effort. The mayor used his own money to buy store uniforms and name tags, and citizens have donated thousands of dollars to be used to purchase new product. A team of volunteers regularly comes in to help stock the shelves and keep it running. And local businesses are making efforts to purchase things such as produce to keep the market open.
If we support the grocery store, then that's going to give us an opportunity to have food right here where we don't have to travel. And especially with the roads the way they are right now, construction and everything, it's all messed up around here.
According to the mayor, the average customer is spending $14 a month at the store. He says that total needs to go up to $50 a month for the store to be able to break even. He says it's important the community understands the importance of having a local grocery store.
Because people need the store. I mean, if you lose your store and your post office, you lose your town. And that is in history. I mean, I've studied this and looked into it.
I take everything to heart. So the store in the community is my heart, and I want it to be here for them.
Reporting in Erie, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
The mayor of Erie says that if business does not improve like they hope, the store will have to close, unfortunately. If it does, resident utility bills would see a small charge added to their utility bill until the city has paid off the loan on the store. The public turned out in Granby, Missouri today for a ribbon cutting ceremony on the new City Hall. The new location is the revitalization of vacant property the city has had for years, but the city calls it a continuing sign of growth for the town.
The city has purchased this property years ago and has been vacant. So the council as a whole decided that we would figure out what we want to do with this space. We discussed the best use of it was for City Hall. So we have moved City Hall out of the 2 commercial buildings that it once was located in and placed it into this building that was underutilized.
The new location puts the City Hall right next door to the Granby Police Department. Missouri American Water presented a check today to the Wildcat Glades Friends Group. The check for $9,500 was made possible thanks to the 2024 Water and Environment Grant. Wildcat Glades Friends Group says it will use the funds to help restore native landscape in and around Wildcat Park to improve water quality and promote immersion in nature.
The money is going to be used for the habitat restoration, which involves a lot of invasive species removal here on the trail, things like winter creeper and Sericea lespedeza, things like that. And then we'll also be bringing in some more trees to go along the bank.
Wildcat Park borders Shoal Creek, which the primary source of drinking water for the Joplin area. The Joplin Area Habitat for Humanity just opened another way to serve the area. The nonprofit today opened Restore 2 in addition to its Restore Home Improvement store. The new area will use a separate building but same parking lot as the existing Restore and will be used to showcase flooring, appliances, household furnishings, and more items.
A store that was dedicated to brand new products. These are products that we purchase from vendors, a lot of overstock, stuff like that comes from some major retailers. And we just wanted a place to just have that stuff to make it a little bit easier for our customers to shop.
Restore and Restore 2 are located at 5229 North Main Street in Joplin. Coming up, we'll have the latest on inflation trends, and gas prices are once again on the rise. Inflation rose about as expected. In April, more people are shopping at Gap sales. Sales of store brands products are on the rise and more menu deals are on the way. Fox's CJ Papa has today's business headlines.
A fresh reading on inflation, the PCE, Personal Consumption Expenditures Index, rose 0.3%, showing some improvement from March. Core PCE, excluding food and energy, for the year ending in April held at 2.8%. Also, Americans made more in April. Personal incomes rose 0.3%, but we're pulling back on spending money. Personal spending rose 0.2%.
The consumer is under a tremendous amount of stress right now, and just because overall spending numbers are up does not mean that this is a healthy economy or a healthy environment for the consumer.
Gap making a comeback. The clothing company's earnings were sharply higher than Wall Street expectations. Sales at existing stores were up 3%. Sales declined the year before. Also, Gap is raising its forecast for the year ending in February. The Wall Street Journal says shoppers are picking up more store-branded products as they look to save. National brands still make up 78% of overall food and beverage sales in the U.S., but market research firm Circana says store brands are gaining. Last year, private label brands made up 22 cents out of every dollar spent in grocery stores. And you'll be seeing some deals at Applebee's and IHOP. Parent company Dine Brands is stepping up its promotions to bring in diners looking to fight inflation. The company says 28% of diner checks in recent months included a promotional deal. The $1 margarita deal is back at Applebee's. It has also been offering 50-cent boneless wings and a pancake of the month deal at IHOP. My favorite, chocolate chip. That's business. CJ Papa, Fox News.
Walmart is expanding its in-home delivery service. It will now be available to more locations in California, Boston, Detroit, Minneapolis, and Philadelphia. In-home delivers fresh groceries and essentials, even unpacking them into a garage refrigerator. Walmart says it now serves 50 markets and 45 million homes. 2 Medline bed assist bar models are being recalled. 1.5 million units in all are being recalled by Medline Industries. Users can fall inside the bed rail or between the rail and mattress, risking entrapment hazards or asphyxiation deaths. 2 related senior deaths have been reported by the CPSC. The impacted bed assist bars were sold from July 2009 through March 2024 on Medline's websites and at major retailers, including Amazon and Walmart. Consumers should immediately stop using them and contact Medline for a refund. Doug is next with a complete look at the forecast, and later, the latest on how former President Trump's guilty verdict is affecting his campaign trail.
Tonight's weather camera footage of downtown Joplin sits atop the Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex, home of Connect-A-Culture and Spiva Center for the Arts.
Well, it turned out to be a decent Friday for us today. A lot of clouds, some scattered showers and thunderstorms across the region, but overall, it turned out to be a decent day. In fact, let's check out our allergies for us today. A 2.5 out of 12, so we're actually kind of low. The rain has helped us out a little bit. As we go into tomorrow, it starts to rise just a little bit across the region once again. So at least allergy sufferers are getting a brief break before it skyrockets once again. Scattered showers and thunderstorms for us today, but let's go west. You can see this next little wave near Las Vegas. That will start to affect us late Saturday night and into Sunday with additional chances for showers and thunderstorms. Let's go through time. All right, evening hours, any rain rolls out. Here's 11 p.m., a lot of clouds, random shower. As we go into tomorrow morning, look at our temps, 61, 62 degrees, mostly cloudy skies, and then we break out and see partly sunny skies. So by noon, 77 in Chanute, Veneta, 75 Joplin, Cassville sitting at about 73. Once we get into the afternoon, look at this, high temps near 80 degrees across the region. 79 Stockton, 81 in Miami, Chanute up to about 82. So a little bit warmer than what we saw for us today. All right, tomorrow night, watch this. So here's 2 a.m. showers, thunderstorms trying to get in. Now, if some of these can get in, they're going to be strong possibly low-grade severe, but I'm really thinking just strong thunderstorms driving through into Sunday morning. Here's 7:30 in the morning, scattered thunderstorms across the region, and then by noon, they're pretty much out of the area. Once we get into the afternoon, a few additional scattered thunderstorms, high temps mainly into the mid-80s, so it is going to be warm, but overall, not a bad weekend. As we go into Sunday night into Monday, here we go again. More scattered thunderstorms, which are going to try to drive in by Monday morning. So here's your weekend. 80 on Saturday, 84 on Sunday. It's going to be warm. Late night storms Saturday night, and then hit and miss storms as we go into Sunday. Our next severe threat starts to work in by Monday into Tuesday. So let's go into Monday. Here's 11 a.m. Showers and thunderstorms drive in, and then hit and miss storms late Monday. Anything that pops up could be strong to low grade severe. Now watch Tuesday. Here comes a front. It slides in. This will give us additional thunderstorms, and some of those could be strong to possibly severe. So we'll keep our eyes on Monday and Tuesday. 80 on your Saturday, 84 on Sunday, 87 Monday and Tuesday, 88 up to Wednesday. So it really starts to heat up once we get into next week.
All right, Doug, thanks. Coming up, a new deal could mean the end to the Israel-Hamas war.
I'm Caroline Shively in Washington with the details on how it could end the months-long war.
Presumptive Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump is cashing in big on his conviction. The former president's campaign announcing it raked in more than $38 million from almost 500,000 donors in the hours after the guilty verdict. Fox News correspondent Mark Meredith has the latest from New York.
One day after becoming a convicted felon, former President Trump re-embraced the spotlight.
It's a very unpleasant thing, to be honest, but it's a great, great honor. We're going to fight. A lot of people would have gone away a long time ago.
Today, Trump took no questions. Instead, he relaunched attacks on District Attorney Alvin Bragg, former fixer Michael Cohen, and President Biden.
These are bad people. These are, in many cases, I believe, sick people.
Cohen says Trump got what he deserved.
It's accountability. It's exactly what America needs right now.
Trump is due back in court in mid-July for sentencing, and while he could end up behind bars, so far that's not scaring off donors. The Trump campaign says it's already raised over $34 million since the verdict.
The fact is that we had so much traffic that it actually crashed our website.
As the money rolled in, Trump's potential vice presidential picks rushed to defend him.
The trial fundamentally was rigged. It was always about politics.
This is flat out wrong. Our country's better than this.
But Maryland Republican Senate candidate Larry Hogan, a vocal Trump critic, says it's important to, quote, reaffirm what has made this nation great, the rule of law. On Capitol Hill, House Republicans are demanding Bragg, who prosecuted the case, testify within 2 weeks. Bragg has yet to say if he'll accept the invite, but told reporters the trial was warranted.
I did my job. Our job is to follow the facts and the law without fear or favor.
8 Republican senators are vowing to vote down any of President Biden's judicial nominees because of this case. As for Trump, he does not have any rallies scheduled for the weekend, but he'll head to California for multiple fundraisers within the next few days. In Washington, Mark Meredith, Fox News.
U.S. Senator Bob Menendez returned to court for day 11 of his bribery and corruption trial. Menendez arrived at a Manhattan federal court today as testimony resumes. Prosecutors accused the New Jersey lawmaker of taking bribes in exchange for his political influence and say he acted as an agent of a foreign government. The senator has pleaded not guilty to 16 criminal charges. Up next, how a furry friend is helping cancer patients with their treatment. A new canine staff member at the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute is bringing smiles and snuggles to the faces of pediatric patients in Boston. A comfort dog was brought on board for pediatric patients. The pup is bringing some healing help and will be there to help kids get through some tough days of treatment. Adam Williams has more.
Good boy. So nice.
That was nice.
A new staff member at the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute in Brookline, bringing smiles to the faces of pediatric patients.
Knowing that she's here specifically for them has been so awesome, and we've had a few comments from parents especially that are like, oh, we don't have to get a dog now because we have one here.
Opry is Dana-Farber's first in-residence facility dog. The 1.5-year-old golden retriever was donated to the institute with help from the Duncan Joy in Childhood Foundation. Opry will be working with the staff to create a calming, therapeutic environment for kids battling cancer.
A lot of our patients are on treatment for a while, and so after a little bit of time, it can be challenging to get them away from some of the activities that we have in clinic, the more fun activities, and get them to go do parts of their treatment.
The staff says Opry will be on duty to help patients feel more comfortable in the hospital, help motivate them to achieve healthcare goals, and to reduce anxiety during stressful procedures.
Seeing Opry bring joy and smile to the faces of patients and families is really critical.
As a facility dog, Opry has been specially trained to work with patients every day and perform specific tasks as part of her job. It took 2 years of preparation to make sure the hospital was ready and to train Opry on her responsibilities. Now that she's arrived, the staff says they are thrilled to work alongside their newest addition.
One of the wonderful things that we provide here at Dana-Farber is all different tools to help patients cope with their cancer journey. And I think Opry is another tool that we've added to our toolkit, and people just light up.
Well, happy Opry, happy kids. I love to see it. 30 more minutes of news, weather, and sports coming your way. Coming up, the conflict in the Middle East may have hope for an end.
Russia is escalating its attacks on Ukraine's second largest city, prompting a policy shift here at the Pentagon. I'm Jennifer Griffin. I've got the details coming up.
Furniture and more.
You're watching the 4 States Most Watched News.
This is KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. I'm Anthony Saviello. There could be a new path for ending the war in Gaza. Israel has proposed a new ceasefire plan to Hamas. There's still a long road ahead to any lasting peace deal. Fox News correspondent Caroline Shively has more.
It's time for this war to end, for the day after to begin.
President Biden at the White House announcing a new Israeli proposal that could end the country's war with Hamas.
Hamas says it wants a ceasefire. This deal is an opportunity to prove whether they really mean it.
The proposed plan would be carried out in 3 phases. Phase 1 would see a ceasefire and withdrawal of Israeli forces from populated areas of Gaza for 6 weeks. Hostages, including women, the elderly, and some Americans, would be exchanged for Palestinian prisoners. And humanitarian aid would be surged into Gaza. In Phase 2, if Hamas lives up to its end of the deal, Israeli forces would withdraw from Gaza. The temporary ceasefire would become permanent. Plus,
in exchange for the release of all remaining living hostages, including male soldiers.
Phase 3 would then see the reconstruction of Gaza. President Biden also urged the international community to support this deal.
Now it's time to raise your voices and demand that Hamas come to the table, agrees to this deal, and end this war that they began.
But there are some who are not convinced the president's plan will work.
Mark my words, Hamas is going to drag this out and stretch this out until they are rebuilt to the point where they can have more October 7th.
This comes just 2 days after Israel's national security advisor predicted the fighting would last until at least the end of the year. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox News.
North Korea shows off its military might with missile test launches. State media released footage showing North Korea conducting firing drills involving nuclear-capable multi-rocket launchers. It said the exercise was aimed at showing the country's ability to carry out preemptive attacks on rival South Korea if threatened. 75 Ukrainians are back on Ukrainian soil. At the Nordic Ukrainian Summit in Stockholm, Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky announced the good news. Zelensky was in Sweden to attend the Nordic Ukrainian summit, whereas he is expected to sign 3 security agreements that will help establish long-term defense assistance for Ukraine. The U.S. says Ukraine can now attack the Russians on their own home turf using American weapons. Fox News Chief National Security Correspondent Jennifer Griffin has more from the Pentagon.
Russia is stepping up its attacks on Ukraine's eastern front, putting pressure on Kharkiv, the country's second biggest city. But now the Ukrainians have a new way to fight back, President Biden giving the green light for attacks inside Russian territory using American-made missiles. A senior U.S. official tells Fox this is a limited policy shift for the purpose of defending Kharkiv. But at a 2-day NATO meeting in Prague, Secretary of State Antony Blinken hinted there could be more coming.
The stakes couldn't be higher in this moment. Going forward, we'll continue to do what we've been doing, which is, as necessary, adapt and adjust.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has been asking for this authorization for months, and now he says he'll press for the White House to allow Ukraine to use other weapons, including Western-made F-16s, to take the fight to Russia.
They can stay just on their territory through the borderline, just attack us and kill. And this is something not normal.
Ukraine's military was low on ammunition and not able to push back against Russian attacks for nearly 7 months. And now Moscow says it will keep pushing ahead with its spring offensive.
Russian forces are displacing the enemy from their positions. Advancement is taking place in all tactical directions.
The White House says American long-range tactical missiles can only be used by Ukraine to hit military targets inside Russia, not civilian infrastructure. At the Pentagon, Jennifer Griffin, Fox News.
A bit later, how military veterans are helping out in the classroom.
Visit Missouri.
Well, it turned out to be a decent Friday for us today. A lot of clouds, some scattered showers and thunderstorms across the region, but overall, it turned out to be a decent day. In fact, let's check out our allergies for us today. A 2.5 out of 12, so we're actually kind of low. The rain has helped us out a little bit. As we go into tomorrow, it starts to rise just a little bit across the region once again. So at least allergy sufferers, you're getting a brief break before it skyrockets once again. Scattered showers and thunderstorms for us today, but let's go west. You can see this next little wave near Las Vegas. That will start to affect us late Saturday night and into Sunday with additional chances for showers and thunderstorms. Let's go through time. All right, evening hours, any rain rolls out. Here's 11 p.m., a lot of clouds, random shower. As we go into tomorrow morning, look at our temps, 61, 62 degrees, mostly cloudy skies, and then we break out and see partly sunny skies. So by noon, 77 in Chanute, Veneta, 75 Joplin, Cassville sitting at about 73. Once we get into the afternoon, look at this, high temps near 80 degrees across the region. 79 Stockton, 81 in Miami, Chanute up to about 82. So a little bit warmer than what we saw for us today. All right, tomorrow night, watch this. So here's 2 a.m. showers, thunderstorms trying to get in. Now, if some of these can get in, they're going to be strong, possibly low grade severe, but I'm really thinking just strong thunderstorms driving through into Sunday morning. Here's 7:30 in the morning, scattered thunderstorms across the region, and then by noon, they're pretty much out of the area. Once we get into the afternoon, a few additional scattered thunderstorms, high temps mainly into the mid 80s, so it is going to be warm, but overall, not a bad weekend. As we go into Sunday night, into Monday, here we go again, more scattered thunderstorms, which are going to try to drive in by Monday morning. So here's your weekend, 80 on Saturday, 84 on Sunday. It's going to be warm, late night storms Saturday night, and then hit and miss storms as we go into Sunday. Our next severe threat starts to work in by Monday into Tuesday. So let's go into Monday. Here's 11 a.m. Showers and thunderstorms drive in, and then hit and miss storms late Monday. Anything that pops up could be strong to low-grade severe. Now watch Tuesday. Here comes a front. It slides in. This will give us additional thunderstorms, and some of those could be strong to possibly severe. So we'll keep our eyes on Monday and Tuesday. 80 on your Saturday, 84 on Sunday, 87 Monday and Tuesday, 88 up to Wednesday. So it really starts to heat up once we get into next week.
All right, thanks, Doug. Coming up in sports, the Kansas City Chiefs visit the White House to celebrate their Super Bowl victory. Plus, the Joplin Outlaws continue their home stand. Brock Baldridge will bring us the highlights from the game and more.
Take on a
The Joplin Outlaws begin their home opening series with a win last night over the Sherman Shadowcats. Joplin is 3-3 on the young season as the Outlaws aim to be above 500 by the end of the night. Second home game of the season for the Outlaws tonight. Joplin faces Sherman for the 5th time this season. Bottom of the first now. Outlaws lead 1-0. Gabe Russell shoots this one the other way into the opposite field. Carter Mize rounds third and comes in to score, and Joplin leads early on 2-0. The mascot Angus trying to get the fans excited for post-game fireworks tonight. On the mound for Joplin is Xavier Fossbender. Great outing for him as he goes 6 1/3 innings with 6 strikeouts on the night. Only gives up 1 earned run. In the 4th inning now, 2 on, 2 out for Carter Mize, and he rifles this one into right field for a 2-run single. Outlaws score a pair, and Joplin extends their lead. It's now 4-0. And well, the Outlaws take care of business the rest of the way. Joplin wins this game 5-3. Over to Division I college baseball, the Arkansas Razorbacks begin their NCAA tournament run this evening. As the Hogs bullpen struggled a bit in this one, but no problem for the offense. Arkansas gets the win over Southeast Missouri State 17-9. Razorbacks will face the winner between K-State and Louisiana Tech tomorrow afternoon. Well, the offseason is underway for the Missouri Southern women's basketball program. Head coach Ronnie Russell announces that he is signing 6 new players that are added to the team for next season. Well, here's the set of recruits joining the program. Ashlyn Alloway, Evie Caruso, Nariah Clay, Jacqueline Hall of Pittsburgh, Mackenzie Hart, and Beyonce Powell are all set to join the Lions this winter. 4 of the new 6 players are joining this season, being transfers from other schools. Well, the Women's Collegiate World Series kicked off last night in Oklahoma City. Oklahoma moves on to play UCLA in the next round. Meanwhile, Oklahoma State, well, they look to keep their season alive. Only 2 games are being played tonight. OU has the night off. Meanwhile, Oklahoma State is playing in an elimination game. Things not going well for the Cowgirls early on. At last check, it's Stanford who leads Oklahoma State 3-0 in the 3rd inning. Visited the White House in Washington, D.C. to meet with President Joe Biden to celebrate their Super Bowl 58 victory. And, well, the president decided to join in on the fun himself, putting on a Chiefs helmet next to Andy Reid and the Chiefs owner Clark Hunt, trying to fake like he's catching a pass there. And, well, the Chiefs, they look to defend their Super Bowl title this fall when they kick off the season against the Baltimore Ravens on September the 5th. That's your look for sports. We're back with more news after this.
Military veterans take on new roles serving students in classrooms. School districts across the country are hiring them as teachers. Fox's Kennedy Hayes is in Denver with the story.
Veterans are helping, but there is still a need. 86% of public schools reported having trouble hiring teachers this past school year. I talked to some veterans who became teachers and are inspiring others to do the same.
I served in the Marine Corps for 5 years. When I got out, I had a notion that I wanted to be a teacher, but I didn't necessarily know exactly what that would look like.
Ryan Pavel says he questioned how he could keep serving after he was honorably discharged from the Army. Teaching students became that answer. Thanks to nonprofit Teach for America, he became a 9th grade English teacher in Detroit. Pavel says he found he already had many skills needed to teach.
Every veteran has had to work with a diverse group of people. They've had to be able to accomplish some type of mission, and they've built resiliency as a result of the things that they've had to do.
Now, Pavel is the CEO of his own nonprofit called the Warrior Scholar Project. The program helps veterans earn degrees and find careers across the U.S. Around 115,000 veterans separate from the military each year and pursue college, the nonprofit says. Aspire to Teach, another program, says it's helped 2,500 veterans earn their teacher's license. Page number. Jessica Bell graduated from the program in Colorado and is a 7th grade literacy teacher at a school in Denver. Bell says her time serving inspired her to talk about mental health in the classroom as a bonus. She realized it was a subject she could educate students on to make a difference.
I do struggle with generalized anxiety disorder, depressive disorder, ADHD, as well as dyslexia. They are things that I call superpowers. It doesn't have to be seen as something that hinders who you are. It's what makes you better.
Bell adds she isn't teaching just to make a living. It's become her passion.
I do feel like if there are veterans that feel like this is their talent and this is their joy, then they should step into the role of teaching.
Each state sets its own requirements to become teachers. In most states, veterans need to have their bachelor's degree and pass a background check. In Denver, Kennedy Hayes, Fox News.
Coming up, police officers in New Jersey help free a stuck deer. New Jersey police officers respond to a baby deer's cry for help. 2 officers from the Glen Rock Police Department helped a fawn slip out of a fence after it got itself stuck on Wednesday. Video shows the baby deer immediately running off after being freed from the fence. The police department says it's hopeful the fawn is back safe with its mother. Be free, Bambi, be free. That's our time for tonight. Thanks for joining us. We'll leave you with a video of pandas at the Madrid Zoo. From all of us here at KOAM, have a great night.